College Road Trip is a 2008 American family comedy film directed by Roger Kumble and starring Martin Lawrence, Raven-Symoné, Brenda Song, Margot Harshman, and Donny Osmond. The film centers on college-bound teen Melanie Porter, Raven-Symoné, who goes on a road trip to different colleges with her father. The film was released by Walt Disney Pictures in the United States on March 7, 2008. The film is about Melanie Porter, Raven-Symoné, a 17-year-old college-bound girl who is getting ready to graduate from high school and really wants to go to Georgetown University. However, her father James Porter, Martin Lawrence, the chief of police in the quiet Chicago suburb where they live, is overprotective of Melanie, and isn't ready for her to leave and study so far away from home. Chief Porter has other plans for Melanie. He wants her to go to Northwestern University, which is only 28 minutes away from home. Porter also receives problems from disagreements with his real estate agent wife, Michelle Kim E. Whitley, the family pig Albert, who continuously annoys him, and his young son Trey Shia Draper, who spends much time with the pig. Melanie gets invited to an interview at Georgetown after a college recruiter saw her performance at a mock trial. Her two best friends, Nancy Brenda Song and Katie Margot Harshman, offer to take her on their college road trip to Pittsburgh. Melanie is all set to go with her friends until her father surprises her with his own college road trip to Washington, D.C. On their way, Melanie reluctantly visits Northwestern to take a tour. They meet an almost too happy father and daughter duo, Doug Donny Osmond and Wendy Molly Ephraim, who are on their own college road trip. Porter has planted actors at Northwestern, one screaming at Melanie they lost an eye at Georgetown. Melanie almost falls for it until one of the actors says to her, "Yeah, the chief's a pretty smart guy, since he never met Porter." Their car soon breaks down and they find Trey in the trunk with Albert and a supply of oxygen. They stop at a hotel, thanks to Albert's navigating, but end up causing trouble when Albert eats coffee beans and becomes hyperactive. They run into Doug and Wendy again, who offer Melanie and Porter a ride since Porter's car broke down. Later, Melanie and her father ride on a tour bus where they try to work out their differences. At one destination, Nancy and Katie show up and take Melanie to a sorority house. Porter, due to a misunderstanding, and the owner not letting him in to check on her, sneaks into the house. After hearing that his daughter has faith in him, he decides to leave the next morning. Unfortunately, after Melanie leaves, he gets caught by the owner, brutally tased, and arrested. Porter's mother comes to bail him out, and opens up about her own past fears when her son went to the army, but still believed in her son to go his own path. Porter and Melanie end up forgiving each other at the airport. After dropping off Trey, they skydive to make the interview at Georgetown. Melanie is nervous, but Porter tells her she can do it and that they didn't come all this way for nothing. She then is accepted into Georgetown, which Wendy is accepted into too. In the end, James copes with letting go and the final scene shows the Porter and Greenhut families at Thanksgiving dinner. Melanie introduces her boyfriend Tracy Benjamin Patterson, who turns out to be a male. James accepts this, and Wendy announces her engagement to Scooter Lucas Grabeel, a chipper young man who behaves exactly like Doug. This causes Doug to finally snap and attack Scooter. Deleted scenes include an alternate opening where James foils a bank robbery and a phone conversation where Michelle Porter, a real estate agent, is listening to Melanie's and James's complaints while Michelle is in the middle of showing a house to a couple. The couple think Michelle is talking to another buyer and decide to buy the house themselves.